everybody. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of All In Sports. It's your boy, Lee Ice, and I'm rolling with my partner today, the human Google, BC, in the place to be. What's up, buddy?
That's funny you even call me that because that's my sister's nickname for me. But that's cool, man. I like it. I like it. I love it. How you doing, man?
Good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Because the man, the legend, the hardest working man in the business has gave us some awesome news. Hill, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
I told y'all I'm not. You gonna do it now?
Uh-oh.
I told you last week. If I did it, you're gonna do it. So do it. Oh, you acknowledge me, damn it.
Acknowledge. I was saying it last week. Acknowledge him. I thought you was going Goat King. I ain't gonna lie. I thought you was going Goat King.
That's for the other show. If y'all didn't hear, we signed a deal with MeTV, the national side of MeTV. We'll be coming in on 22 to 26 markets, including Los Angeles, California, New York City, Chicago, Illinois, Houston, Texas, Dallas, Texas, and Washington, D.C., Phoenix, Arizona, Seattle. The names some of the markets will be in. So, plus to go with our CW stuff, Miami, New Orleans, and Charlotte, and, Clear Productions, TV, radio, network, and Clear Productions, Sports, and XL7. So that's how we do.
Hey, man, that's so awesome. I always say, I like to thank everybody. Hey, I really want to thank everybody for tuning into the show and making it happen and making all the other shows happen. So thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Thank you, BC. Thank you, everybody who comes on the show. Thank you, everybody, as we say in the DMV. So let's thank everybody again for tuning in last week's show, and thank everybody again for tuning in this week's show. Like I always say, I hope we can entertain y'all doing what we're going through. Lee Ice don't say the word, but he's always going to tell you, protect yourselves and your family the best way you know how. Human Google, you ready to get things started?
Yes, sir. Let's get it going, baby.
You got anything?
Oh, come on, baby. You know I got something to cut.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Bring it in. Let's go all in. Y'all know what's first on the agenda. It's called the All In State of the Union. It's brought to you by the best is, the best it was. That's the ever be. Hardest working man in business. Big Dog, what's going on?
Lawyers for the retired NFL quarterback Brett Favre asked for the federal appeals court on Tuesday to receive a defamation lawsuit Favre filed against fellow Pro Football Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe. Basically, Ice, what it was, Brett Favre didn't like what Shannon said back when he was on Undisputed. It bears about the welfare thing when Brett Favre was supposedly stealing money from the welfare system, Danny. How you feel?
It's amazing.
Sterling, come in.
It's Shannon.
I know, but Sterling can come in and be like, "Yo, you're my quarterback.
He gonna be the peacemaker.
You're my brother. He gotta be the peacemaker."
Jacksonville Jaguars best defensive player, Josh Allen, has changed his name to Josh Haynes Allen, the dedicated assistant that plays for the Washington Mystics. How you feel?
He has a nice relationship. I mean, I know he talks about how they have an ongoing competition, but I didn't understand the name change. But as long as he's cool, I'm cool.
It had nothing to do with the quarterback.
The NBA reaches a $76 billion meteorite deal. So let me go over the meteorite deal real quick. So basically in 2025-2026 season, the Ice, on Monday nights, you can watch the NBA on Peacock. On Tuesday nights, you can watch it on NBC, nationally televised on NBC on Tuesday night. That's right. Wednesday nights will be ESPN. Thursday nights will be Amazon. Amazon, as soon as football season over, would start televising the NBA on Thursday nights. Then Friday nights, you can get it on ESPN and Amazon. Saturday nights, the same thing. ESPN and Amazon. And on Sundays, NBC and ESPN. How you feel?
No NBA
as long
TV?
As they don't... I didn't hear that.
I said NBC.
No, he said NBA
TV.
No, NBA is part of TNT.
That's gonna be tough. I hope they bring over some of the commentators, especially Chris Miles.
Okay. Now, with more sports to go, the Oregon State and the Wazoo Washington State Cougars have kept the Pac-12 bowl agreement. So basically, the Pac-12 bowl, if they get over 500 or 500, they can still go to the Rose Bowl or something like that, some West Coast Bowl, Holiday Bowl or something. You know what I'm saying? There's so many bowls out there. I don't even know what we're talking about. How you feel?
It's a 2-team conference. That doesn't even make sense, but okay.
Well, they're trying to keep the name right because they felt that the other teams broke the lease. But the other teams broke the lease had to pay those two teams.
Right. The only problem is it's the same TNT and the NBA, and then the Pac-12 with their TV deals are two things that kind of messed themselves up in both of those negotiations.
Sanchez replaces Sale to give the Phillies the 8th All-Star. How you feel?
That's crazy. I mean, that team's been hot all year, so yeah, I like it.
On some sad news, one of the best defensive coordinators of all time, Lane Kiffin, dies. How you feel?
Sad to hear about it, but I mean, we got to talk about legacies at some point in this show today.
Bill Belichick joins the Inside the NFL for the 24 season.
That's going to be interesting because I think doesn't Ryan Clark host that now instead of JB?
Yeah. The Inside the NFL has never been the same since Lynn Dawson and Nick Bonacani. Ain't never been the same. Mm-hmm.
Never.
They had Harry Connick play-by-play.
Never will be.
Ronnie James last night was 0 for 8 from the 3. Only 4 points in summer league. How you feel?
I still don't think this is. I don't think this is his best league. Summer league is still too open. He's more disciplined. I think he'll get better the closer they get to the season.
Kevin Durant misses a practice again. Steve Kerr is unconcerned about it though.
I mean, they got time to warm up, but I'm scared for that team.
I think they're gonna lose the game. Hey, the NBA Cup. Yes, right, the NBA Cup. The thing they had last year, the little tournament they had, the Los Angeles.
The in-season tournament is now called the NBA Cup.
Drew the pick in the divisions yesterday. The Los Angeles Lakers will open up against the Utah Jazz in the NBA Cup. How you feel?
How you feel, man? How you feel?
This is them just trying to get it fixed. I mean, he has to find a way to get the games early in the year to be meaningful.
All right,
that's part of his legacy.
You know how you get it to be meaningful? Start the season Christmas Day.
I don't know if that helps.
Take us commercial break.
All right, y'all, we're going to go to a commercial. When we come back, we're talking legacies, we're talking greatest of all-time defensive coordinators, we're talking greatest shooting guard. This is All In Sports with BC, the Human Google, the big dog from South Hill, and me, Lee Ice. We'll be right back.
Using the beta capsule, Hayata becomes Ultraman.
I shouldn't have to tell you who that was.
I heard Ultraman.
Ultraman. Come on, Clear Productions. Twice a month on Wednesday nights on Clear Productions Entertainment Night.
Ultraman. Wow. Childhood memories, man. Childhood memories. All right. As the big dog announced in the opening statement, NFL lost one of its legends. Would you call him a legend, BC?
He's got to be a legend. I'll give him that.
Monty Kiffin passed away at the age of 83, and he was a good defense coordinator. Would you call him a great defense coordinator?
I think if they ever gave like assistant coaches a wing as contributors, I think he would be one of the guys that would get a space in the contributors room. I mean, there's many others, but he would definitely get a space. I mean, that defense, what they did in that run with the Raiders against the Raiders, actually that 3-year run from Tony Dungy to Gruden to the second year of Gruden, that was a special defense. So they definitely get some shine in the lexicon of great defenses.
I don't think they get recognized as much. Maybe I'm missing something. I mean, maybe.
I mean, you got to think about it.
You hear about the Tampa too, but
right.
as far as their deep, I mean, y'all, of course, you always hear about the 85 Bears, 2000 Ravens, but that's
think
it.
about
it. You know,
it's called the Tampa 2. It's not called anything else. It's called the Tampa 2 for a reason. So that by itself gives them some footwork or footprints in the great defense category. Now they're not ever in the top 5, but they also get love. You got to think about it. They went to Philly one year and held Philly to under 20 points. In it with Rondé Barber intercepting the ball and taking it to the house, and I think that's their Super Bowl year. They had the year against the Rams where they held the Rams to like 11 points. I mean, this defense has done some great things against some offenses that were supposed to be the elite offenses of the world, and they just shut them down. Let's not even talk about the Super Bowl with the Raiders.
Greatest show on turf. Held them to, I mean, they lost the game, but it wasn't because of them.
I think it's because of the talent they had. I don't think it's the defensive scheme itself. Everybody runs cover 2.
So I mean, okay, but it might be the talent, but it's like you can't have one without the other. It's like you can't have Eric Coryell without Dan Fouts.
Everybody ran something similar to the 46 defense, but the Bears ran to perfection. It's the talent.
But that coordinator, Buddy Ryan, is still a great coordinator for coming up with the scheme and implementing with those players that he has. There's so many coaches in this league that they have talented players and they don't maximize their talent. This is just a situation where they maximize their talent and made a great defense out of it. Do you consider the 2000 Ravens, that group, is that a great defense or is that talent?
That was more talent because they were stacked at every position and had a lot of depth. So, I mean, you look at their front forwards deep. You know, their linebackers were great. Their secondary was awesome. So, I mean, that was talent. They didn't. They ran it basically a basic scheme. They didn't run it fancy.
They were just better than you at everything else.
Right.
They just we're gonna bust you in the mouth.
Right. They did. We're just better. I mean, Pittsburgh Steelers were the same way back in the 70s, and same with the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? They were just, and the Raiders, they were just better than you at certain positions, and there's nothing you could do about it.
Thank you. So then why is it hard for this sports world to recognize Richie Pettibone as a great defense coordinator? Because that's not his talent.
Okay, what defense did Washington, what you talking about, the 91 team? That's the only team you can talk
indeed.
About? Okay,
yeah,
the 91
that's
team.
the main one.
The 82 team was number 1 defense too.
That was only 9 games, Lee Ice.
12. It doesn't matter. It was a team.
I think the reason Richie Pettibone doesn't get the credit he does is because it was not consistent compared to the Cowboys and the Steelers and the Bears and the Ravens. It wasn't consistent after year after year after year after year. You knew it was going to be there.
I disagree.
A year here and a year there and a year there.
Uh-huh.
That's probably
the only reason I disagree is because he doesn't have, like everybody else, you keep saying talent. Yeah, we know the names Charles Mann and Dexter Manley and Darryl Green, but they don't get the credit. You know, there's a reason why the Washington defense doesn't have a bunch of Hall of Famers like Dexter Manley or anybody like that. So somebody got to be him and his scheme.
I mean, scheme is a lot, but you need talent. I mean,
there's
I play the sport. You can have the best scheme in the world. I'll give you an example. The run and shoot was supposed to be the most unstoppable passing offense ever to assemble. When you run to a team that has better talent, they don't care what kind of scheme you got. It just ain't gonna work. Ask Ask the Houston Gamblers with Jim Kelly. Ask Jack Pardee. Ask Warren Moon. It just doesn't work when you run into a team with better talent. I don't care what team, what you got. Especially in football, it really shows.
You have better defense. Mainly the defensive line to put where the run and shoot was good until they got to the postseason and until they played outside. The run and shoot was great.
Well, you think about it, the run and shoot, the games they lost were at home, except for that one Buffalo game. They lost to Kansas City at home. They lost to Cleveland at home in the playoffs. The Gamblers lost to the Stars at home. So, I mean, you can't say that, Lee Ice. It was just ran into better teams with better defensive talent. If I'm better than you, it's just like MJF says, if I'm better than you and you know it, ain't a dang on thing you can do about it.
But BC
is that a new outro?
Yeah, that's the outro. I like that.
BC brought up Richie Pettibone, and I want to talk about some of the greatest.
Wait, Leah, you want to do that on another after this break? Because you need to go commercial.
We got to take a break. Oh, man. Okay, when we come back, we're going to get into the GOATs of defensive coordinators. BC mentioned Richie Pettibone. I got a couple names. Richie Pettibone, homegrown, but I think I got some names that's better than him. You're watching All In Sports, the Human Google, and the Big Dog, and Lee Ice. We'll be right back.
Don't cheer for him now. You people don't deserve Roman. You got me now. And if Roman Reigns decides to come back, he will acknowledge me as his tribal chief.
Lee Ice. That is Sokoa from last night. SmackDown.
You only put that in there because he said, acknowledge me. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
I am the best in the game. I can say that. I'm not LeBron James. I got proof of the pudding, buddy. Who around this age can do what I do?
I'm going to get you a big-ass T-shirt that put AM on it.
Nah, I got you ain't got to do that. I got something I'm going to show you in the meeting. Monday.
Okay.
You won't see my face, but I'm gonna have something with me.
All right, y'all. We was talking about I almost said Lane Kiffin. That's his son. Monty Kiffin, who passed away, defensive coordinator. I want to go down some of the GOATs of the defensive coordinators that we've had. BC mentioned Richie Pettibone. Of course, you know I love Richie Pettibone. But I'm gonna say Ryan.
Buddy Ryan?
Buddy Ryan.
Buddy Ryan's in that conversation.
Because if you
I think there's
if you look at Super Bowl III, highlights of Super Bowl III on the Jets, guess who's on that side now?
Buddy Ryan.
Then he goes to Chicago and build one of the greatest defenses. Leaves, go to Philly, build another great defense. They just didn't have an offensive line or running back or receivers to protect Randall. So I think Buddy Ryan, to me, is my all-time greatest defensive coordinator. And I love Richie Pettibone, but Buddy, oh yeah. He took that Chicago.
Why are you not saying Chicago's the best defense of all time? Are you just going there by stats, or are you going by the eye test? If you go by the eye test,
I'm going by the eye test. I saw them literally destroy teams in 1985. They destroyed my team week 5, 1985, 45-10. And the Skins couldn't do nothing that day. Then they shut out everybody in the playoffs, to the Super Bowl, and only gave up 10 points in the Super Bowl. So
that's what I'm saying. I think they're the best. My eyes I ever seen, I would go the Bears, Steelers, Ravens.
Now the 76 Steelers.
I was going to say the 76 Steelers.
Yeah. They had like 5 or 6 shutouts. Yeah. One team that goes unnoticed is the Grits Blitz. I think I might be wrong. 77.
Jerry Glanville.
Jerry Glanville. They only gave up, I think it was 11 points a game or something like 10 points, something like that. But they never had offenses.
So we're not going to talk about the Ravens, that team, the great Ravens defense that only gave that went to the Ravens would walk in the building and say, "Hey, if you give us 2 field goals, we'll win the ball game." I mean, come on, that's crazy.
I give you one we ain't brought up yet. The Dallas Cowboys Doomsday's defense.
Who's the defensive coordinator though?
Tom Landry.
There we go.
That's why he's one of the greatest coaches ever, offense and defensive coordinator.
Tom Landry?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know. The flex defense.
So I got a list here off of Pro Football Network, if you want it, of top 10 defensive coordinators.
Let's do it.
All right. So number 1. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to give you one. I'm going to start you because Drake said he's going to start from the bottom and get to the top. Vic Fangio is number 10. Number 9, rest in peace, Monty Kiffin. Number 8, the guy we just talked about, Tom Landry. Number 7, the fearsome foursome guy, Bud Carson. Number 6, Dom Capers. Number 5, very underrated guy, Wade Phillips. Number 4, Dick LeBeau. Number 3, Steve Spagnuolo. Number 2, Buddy Ryan. And number 1, Bill Belichick.
I agree.
The only one I have any kind of indifference to is I think Spagnuolo might be a little too high. But I think that might have some recency effect to it. I think he could be at 6, and you can pull everybody, LeBeau and all those guys up a spot.
Tony Dungy didn't get no love?
Nah.
People forget Tony
because
Dungy
they put Monty as the main piece of the Tony Dungy that era, that Tampa 2 mid-90s
we don't
time
even
frame.
talk about New England's defense, even though they had Tom Brady. The 18-1 team with that defense was, even though they were scoring record points, nobody was scoring on them.
None. No, and I mean, even the first one. I mean, the only Super Bowl that they really got scored on was that Carolina Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Fellas, I saw something where it said D Wade. Where would you rank him? Dwayne Wade. Where would you rank him in shooting guard of all time? Me personally, I have to think about it. I got him 5th. I got him behind Jordan, of course, Kobe, Jerry West, and our boy, big dog, George Gervin. I got him 5th. I
can agree with that.
I got him 3rd. So I have Kobe, Jordan. You can put 1 and 2 however you want to do it. Personal preference is Kobe just because he's a Laker. D Wade, Allen Iverson, George Gervin. That's my 5. And I know George Gervin has the great saying of, I think he scored, 30 some odd points in a quarter, and he only did it with 2s. And that's better than what,
buddy.
yeah, and that's better than what Klay Thompson did. But I still just think, I don't know. I just think there's something with D Wade. I think he doesn't get the respect because he had Shaq at a certain point, and that's when he kind of blew up.
I love D Wade, but he had Shaq and he had LeBron. Guess who Gervin had?
Gervin.
Guess who Gervin had?
Gervin.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Artist Gilmore.
Close your eyes. That's who he had. Nothing. He had a washed up Artist Gilmore.
Yeah, he did.
Artist Gilmore couldn't even walk by the time he got to San Antonio. He had Special K, Larry Keenan, that they used to try to blow up. He had the Whopper, Billy Pauls. I'm naming names. I'm pretty sure.
I'll give you one. He doesn't get credit enough because I think Jordan and him was playing in the same era, and he's played on the West Coast, and we really didn't get to see him as much. Mitch Richmond. Was he better?
He
could score all day.
He could, but Mitch was so
around.
far. He was so far down. I mean, they had Clyde in front of Mitch in a lot of situations. I don't know if that was right, but I think on a national standpoint, Mitch didn't get much love at all because he was with Golden State and then Sacramento or vice versa.
And then, as our buddy Tim said, he put that Bullets uniform on, and then you know what happened?
Yeah.
It's going downhill after that. Speaking of going downhill, it's time to go, BC.
All right, sir.
Thank you for coming on again, as always.
Anytime, brother.
And Big Dog, thank you for the news. You know, you are the best in the business. I will acknowledge you at that. So we leave you like we always leave you. Whether you like it or don't like it, damn it, you better learn to love it. Because we coming. We coming, y'all. The productions, All in Sports, all the other shows and clips, we are coming. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.